All right. Yeah, I know. It was just 2 seconds later. So, I'm gonna have to catch me some dip real quick, y'all. Let me just. By the way, this is salsa, Mog Tostitos salsa. And then I added some fruit, the little fruit cups, little fruit salad. I added that to it. Yeah, it's called peach mango salsa. There is no difference. Where we leave off, I gotta do a little recap because you never know what video people find you on. So that's why I always recap. By the way, if you're following the flow, thank you so much. I truly, really appreciate it because the thing is, I cannot script anything because then it's gonna be icky and then I won't be able to produce it. It's just, it won't come out if I try to script it. So I have to literally just flow and let it do its thing. So the understanding that you will never know everything, because for life itself, life, creation, everything, there are different scenarios that will never be explained. Everything should never be explainable because there are many different perceptions. So one man's perception is another man's inkling. One man's inkling is another man's no. So why try, right? The only thing you can know is what I mentioned before in the previous video is you can learn ever so much to the perfection of someone else's assumptions and someone else's creation. You can learn that to the T. If you caught that, then you caught that. And wake up. But when you go into moving on to life doesn't do that. Being a student of life means that you are open to everything that life has to offer. And understanding that your teachers come randomly and interactions are quick, very quick. You will get a teacher everywhere you go, a reinforcer of your purpose, life path, however you like to mention it. You are going to receive quick bursts of people of that. Those are teachers. Those are real teachers. Whether they could come and the spirit could take over a friend or a family member to get you the message that you need, and that person's usually not even a advice kind of giver or someone who gives advice at all. Teacher is never in the form of, hi, I'm a teacher. No. Coaches are not in the form of, hi, I'm a coach. Labels are very limiting. And not attractive. Now, of course, there are some people that are attracted to that. I've just never been the type of person who's been attracted to that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, it's like, hey, but what makes you qualified? Like, it's like some people will say, what makes you qualified to do such and such? Where are your paper printed qualifications, and then when you see other people who are on the other people who are on the dark web able to duplicate that very same document that y'all are asking people to give, which they have spent there in very large quantities and portions of their lives to get, someone else is able to duplicate that same document. That's a wee bit suspicious. I mean, how could you say that you are a pro in such and such subject because you have this piece of paper? And then people really are looking for the piece of paper. What piece of paper does for you? It's very material. See, when you see like this, it don't matter what's on the side. It don't matter what's on the side. It don't matter. But when you don't have this, what's this? Boundaries, standards, morals, values, ethics. Are you able to see this? Anything else that don't match up? Nah. Because I don't care how much you learn about something, you ain't no better than someone else who hasn't learned it. Because at the end of the day, only people care about, the only thing people care about is how well you can do it. Called experience. You have experience in the subject because then you're able to advise and help someone who doesn't. That's sweet chili. Sweet chili hummus is banging. Who has experience? We all got experience in something. We were able to move past something, get over the hurdle of something, and shine very brightly. So, back to the understanding of emotions. There's two hemispheres of the brain. There's the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. You know what? Don't matter what side it is. There's two hemispheres of the brain. There's a logical hemisphere and there's an emotional hemisphere. If either one of them are off balance, one will take over. Which one's gonna take the wheel? Y'all go ahead. Y'all tell me. I'll take me another different piece of chicken because it's good. Let's go. There's boarhead, sweet chili garlic. Okay. Y'all ain't had enough time. The emotional one's gonna take over. If y'all say emotional, congrats. But see, the thing is, now that you understand that emotional is going to take over, emotion is in charge of reacting. Emotion is in charge of engaging the bodies and the senses into your motor response. Because you can respond, which is logical, or you can react, which is emotional. You could be excited, which is emotional, or you could be enthusiastic, which is logical. You can take the time to break down what's going on. That's logical. You can take the time to not care and just go with the wind. It's emotional. So if you already got something stored up there for a lot of stuff, and somehow you've been told and programmed, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to keep a program, a system, an understanding, an educational background or something like that from like 10 years ago, and you're still rotating that, allowing absolutely no growth. Absolutely no growth. That system needs to be updated. That program needs to be updated. If it needs to be updated, you also take the time to say whether you want to update with it or if you want to do your own thing, because you aren't feeling it anymore. Like, it doesn't make sense. When you was a baby, these little feet right here didn't look like this, did they? No. Shoot, when you was a baby, your foot was the size of your big toe. And now I'm supposed to continue on with the jibber jabbery junk that I accumulated over the year. What? I'm supposed to do what? I can't do that. That don't make no sense to me. And then everybody I encounter either doesn't care for me or I'm just like a downer. You know, the Debbie Downers used to be rare. Now you can't go nowhere and not find a Debbie Downer. A party pooper. Like, for real. If y'all younger, then hey, you know, y'all see them everywhere. But no. When I was younger, they were rare. They were very rare. It wasn't no thing of being no party pooper and not living life, honey. No. Well, But now, we living, still trying to live regular lives, and be with friends and family, children, husbands, wives, friends, associates, people we actually choose to be around in our circle, our loved ones. And we trying to operate the same way that we do at work with these people. There needs to be a work. This is like a work home balance. But how is that so? When you're at work 8 hours a day. For me, that's 8 hours a day, not because our schedule was either 8 hours or 9 hours. Legit, the schedule was either 8 or 9 hours. Printed in clear as day. It's like, what? So on the 8 hours, I stayed 10 hours. And on the 9 hours, I stayed 11 hours. And on some days, I even stayed not even gonna cap. I think, and this is just like last month, I think, at McDonald's. I think one day I had stayed like 18 plus on one day. I seen it 16. I seen 16 a couple of times, but like one day I did 18 plus because I came in at 6 a.m. and I was actually like on time. I came in at like 6:05, something like that, 6:02, and left at like 7:50. I want to say 8 o'clock. I want to say 8 o'clock because by the time I realized that it was 6 o'clock again, I was still there. And by the time it was 7, I was still there. So I want to say 8 o'clock. Maybe I'm pushing the number. Let me see. Okay, probably pushed it. 14 hours. And it was a 2.5 hour commute there and a 2.5 hour commute back. So I'm gonna just give y'all my regular hours that I worked. It was 12. So 2.5 plus 12, that's 14.5, plus the other 2.5, that's 16. No, let's just put it together like this. 12 for the working and 5 for the non-commute, whatever. 5 for the commute. That's 17 hours. There's only 24 hours in a day. You want to do the math with me? Okay. 24 minus 17. 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that leaves this much time for me to be in the house and do whatever I need to do before I go to sleep. And do whatever I need to do before I wake up. Or shall I say before I go to work. This is the amount of time that I spend inside of the house. Inside of the house. Before going to work and coming home from work. This is the span that I had. And some people are like, yeah. Because a lot of people are doing that now and doing past that. But where you gonna have time to do anything? Because I didn't get a chance to use them 7 hours to just sleep. Because when you wake up, you wake up. And when you come home, are you really going to go straight to sleep? I was preparing because I was learning stuff. I was setting myself up so that I could have a peaceful sleep. I wasn't just going straight into it. I was setting my sleep up. Then I have to wake up and go straight to the bus stop. Now, mind you, we're doing all this working on the shift 12 hours, right? Who's to say the process to get to and from work wasn't hectic? Like having to bolt up the street every morning to catch the bus. Once I get up the hill, I have to bolt up the hill every morning, stop, run across the street. Bus never have a set schedule. When I first told them 6 o'clock, I was able to catch a bus at 4:50. That bus has stopped running, no notification, no nothing, just stop doing that. And that bus didn't come until 5. I was like, okay. Then the 5 o'clock bus, I was like, y'all got to be kidding me. I went from being at the actual location at 5:50, like 5:55, like walking in at 5:55, to then earliest I could get there was 6:05, like bolting up to the bus, getting off the bus, bolting down the stairs to catch the train, having to be on that particular spot on the train so that you can get off in the middle at 5 points, and then bolt down those stairs, being the first person off the train to bolt down those stairs to then catch the next train. And then after catching that train, then you need to be the first person off the train so that you can be the first person down the stairs. You are speeding down the stairs, you were speeding through the little tap line, and you were power walking your butt so you can be one of the first people in the TSA line, so you ain't got to catch that meow from the people who got off on a different spot on the train and wasn't the first people off. Had to do that every single day. Now that's to get to work. Oh wait, hold on, no. Because then after you get out the TSA line, you gotta grab your stuff real quickly, pick up that bin, put it down, and then speed walk past the passengers who are walking slow, past the passengers who have baggage, past the passengers who want to just stand in the middle of the escalator, knowing that there are employees and other people who are coming behind you. And I have flown before for work, and I have never, ever taken over the entire area of the escalator. My stuff was always scooted to the side. I was always courteous, period. There was no need for me to do that. It just don't make sense. That's just for me personally, regardless of anybody who works at the airport or anybody else. It just doesn't make sense for me to have my stuff so wide open that anybody could come across and grab it or something like that. Like, no, my stuff is with me. My baggage is in front of me, and I'm scooted to the side, and I'm resting on the escalator. Like, what you want to just be standing like this for? It just doesn't make no sense to me. So then you got those people, then you got to wait for those people, then you got to be on the train, then you got to make sure that plane train. Then you got to make sure that you are in the right position to be able to get off of the plane train first and bolt up another set of escalators. No matter where you work at, you have to bolt up or go up. Not everybody bolts up. Go up a set of escalators to get to the concourse that you work on. Then once you get on that concourse, then you have to speed walk your butt down there to where you work. And then after that 2 hours and 30 minutes is done, then you have to deal with whatever is going on at work. Now after that, and I ain't finna talk about what's going on at work. That's ridiculous. But some people don't know the commute. Some people just don't know. So then after that, do the same process. Speed walk down the concourse. Speed down the escalator. Make sure you're positioned correctly on the plane train so you can be the first one off. Then you are in the correct area so you can go straight up the escalator. That one is a bit longer, and that one will take your breath away. Regardless, it will take your breath away. If you want to work out, please walk up them escalators. That's a good workout. Whether you slow walk on the concourse, it's plateau, so it's not much. But if you want a good workout, walk up them escalators. You ain't gotta run. You ain't got a quick pace. Just walk up them escalators. You get you a good workout in. Then after that, speed walk to MARTA. Tap your card. Speed walk past the gate. Up the escalator. Maybe somebody's there. Maybe somebody's not. If you know the train about to go and you just seen the train pull up, you gonna go to the other side and go up them steps. If you trying to catch that train, you gonna go up them steps. So then you jogging up the steps to get to the particular spot that you need to be in so that you can get off at 5 points and get off wherever you're gonna go so that you can be in the right area so that you can then get on the next escalator. But not only that, you can't just get off the train, honey. That train about to come at the same time. It's only about a good 30 seconds in between you getting on that next train. So then you got to bolt to the escalator and then chop your up. This big old platform thing is just sitting right there in the middle, and you gotta start speeding, but you gotta like speed walk past around the corner, and then you see the doors open on the train, and wham, to the first one. But then you on the first one. So maybe some people stop. I didn't stop. So when I got on the first one, guess what I did? When the train stopped at the next stop, I'm running to my area where I need to be on the train. Not only that, after that, then when I get off the train, I'm doing the same thing. especially when I lived somewhere else. Honey, that train and that bus came at the same time, and that man always told me, you know, you always be about to get left. I'm like, that's because you leave when the train comes. There's no way that I couldn't catch my bus because I'm always the first person off the train, first person up the escalator, and first person through the gates. I mean, you deliberately leaving people at that point because I run too fast. I'm the quickest person. And the sad part about it was funny to him, but he never left me though. The second fastest person, he left them, but he never left me. And so on and so forth with other bus drivers. They just never spoke. You know, back then that was pre-situation. So, you know, people were talkative. People could talk to other people. Now, you say good morning and they just look at you like you stupid. No, baby, you stupid. I'm just ignorant to the fact that I don't know what's going on with you. But you know better. So therefore you're stupid. And I just don't know what's going on. So therefore I'm ignorant. And I definitely would love to be ignorant over stupid. Because why would you do something you know better? That doesn't even make sense. And I'm speaking in the laws of the universe. I'm not speaking of declarations and confirmations of other people. But I'm going to have to cut this one off because we about to hit the 30-minute mark. Took me almost 30 minutes to explain my work situation. That's crazy, y'all. Real crazy. Now you gotta do that every day. Or you gotta do that 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, but 5 days out of 7 days. Then not only that, but they had it to the point where they had me 5 days straight. Then had the audacity to ask me to come in on my off days. I'm like, no. You only gave me 2 off days and they're not even together. You got me working 5 days in a row. Now before that happened, 4 people left. Not only was it just 4 people left, one person wasn't such of a good worker. The other person was a A1 worker. The next person was not such good of a worker. And the next person, the next person was like the night shift person that came in and just started working. It just came in and started working. That was it. And then the next person who left, he wasn't such a good worker. And then the next person who left was such a lovely manager. She was someone I liked working with. I liked seeing. And I knew it was going to be a good day. She knew it was going to be good. She knew it was going to be a good shift. She saw me. I knew it was going to be a good shift. I saw her. But they left. When they left, I don't know why I didn't leave. I don't know why I didn't leave. I left and it was just ridiculous for me to stay at that point. It just didn't make sense. Like, they didn't care. Like, y'all got to understand, these people do not care if you stay or if you go. They're going to try to get you to stay if you a good worker. They are. But if you go, they're just going to replace you. When them 5 people left, they literally kept bringing in people. And then the people they were bringing in was trash workers. And I'm like, no. See, it's the ones that come in, trickle in, that don't come in with the new hire situation, that are the workers that are just best, to be honest. When they have like those new hires, like that vast of new people coming in, I have not seen any good people come out of that. But 30 minutes. Love y'all.